अच्छा, यही अभ्यास हर समय बीच बीच में करना चाहिए। अभी अभी कार्य में आए, अभी अभी कार्य से न्यारी साकारी निराकारी स्थिति में स्थित हो जाए।
मिला मुझे तुमसे, जो प्यार मिला मुझे तुमसे, वर्णन करूं मैं कैसे मुख से। जो प्यार मिला मुझे तुमसे, वर्णन करूं मैं कैसे मुख से। ये दिल जानता है बाबा, दिखता है जो नैनों के नूर से। जो प्यार मिला मुझे तुमसे, मुझको इतना सम्मान दिया, मेरे लाडले कह दुलार दिया। मुझको इतना सम्मान दिया, मेरे लाडले कह दुलार दिया। मेरे इन भूलों को माफ किया और दिव्य गुणों से श्रृंगार किया। सांसों में समाए हो बाबा, भूल सकते नहीं तुम्हें भूल से। जो प्यार मिला मुझे तुमसे,
Om Shanti. So today is the third day of the Bhatti, and I welcome you all for this session. So today's theme is on a project that is guided by a sister from Delhi. So the Bhatti is going to be conducted by a Delhi group. I'm quite sure you joined us in Amrit Vela Bhatti. And moving forward, Sister Asha is here with us from ORC, and she's going to take us in on a beautiful journey. I guess you all know Sister Asha. At present time, Sister Asha is taking care of ORC in Delhi. So when she was 8 years old, since then she is with Baba. And you completed your study from Bangalore. and you have a MA degree in sociology, and you have been a gold medalist there as well. And after completing your education, you as a lecturer did a job in college, and in 1973 you surrendered your life in Baba's yagya. You are a great speaker, and you take part in different seminars and conferences all around the world. You have been in more than 20 countries till now, and you have sent the message of Baba to many, many souls. You're not just a good orator, but you're also a very good writer. So this is just a short introduction of Sister Asha, and I'm quite sure that we are going to go on a very beautiful journey with Sister Asha, and we welcome her in this session, Sister Asha. Today, the topic that I have is the depth of yoga. When I heard this topic for the first time, and I felt that yoga is just yoga. What is a question of depth in there? It's just remembrance. You have to remember God, you have to remember Baba. What kind of depth are they talking about? But then I again churned a little bit, and I remembered few things that Baba used to say. So I'm going to share those things with you all. But before that, so there was one class by Jagdish Bhai a long time back, I remember. And in that class, a brother said that to experience the depth of yoga, we need two powers. What are those two powers? So the first one brother said was power of tolerance. And the second he talked was about the power of intellect. And he talked about the power of differentiating, the power to differentiate, to judge. So this was the power of intellect that he was talking about. So the power of tolerance, there is tolerance in this. When we talk about power of tolerance, there is tolerance in it. And then what is tolerance? When I churn a little bit about it, I find it that, so what are the things that are obstacle, in my yoga? So what are the things that are under me? Like what are things that I can take care of? And that is all included in power of tolerance. I have to understand this, that without the power of tolerance, my yoga is not going to be powerful, because in everything you have to tolerate a little bit. Anywhere you go, you have to have the power of tolerance. If somebody said something, you have to tolerate. Sometimes your loved ones are against that you you have to tolerate that as well. You might not be able to get away from them, but you still have to tolerate. So the people who are able to tolerate, they prepare themselves. So those people's intellect gets larger. They're able to use the jewels of knowledge given by Baba in a better way. The second thing is, so if there is no power of tolerance, if I cannot tolerate, so what kind of character would I have then? Let us suppose that there is anger, there is attachment. So what kind of characteristic would I have? What kind of personality would I have? The personality of attachment, personality of anger. So what kind of personality is that? So the power develops your personality, develops your intellect. So the more you have the power of tolerance, the better your personality will become. But within it, Baba says that there has to be a limit. Baba says that children ask, what is the limit? What should be the limit of tolerance? Baba says that there is no limit for remembrance, is there? There is no limit for yoga. So in the same way, there is no limit for the tolerance. But children used to ask Mama, Mama, till how long should I tolerate? Mama used to say that until and unless you get the solution of the problem, you have to tolerate. Should I be always the one to tolerate? Yes, it is you who is going to always be tolerating. So a few days back, I'm going to give you an example. So there are two sisters. So there's one sister who does not give any respect to anyone. The second sister would say that, okay, if you're not giving me respect, then why would I give you respect? So if you don't give me respect, I won't give you respect either. She might, she might take me as a weak person. So when this thing went to Dadi Janki, she said that you have to give respect. Why do you have to give respect? You have to give respect because you have to become a deity. So this is the effort you are making. So what would happen when you do this? So what is your aim? However your aim is, you have to become like that. You have to have some qualities related to that aim. So if you want to become a deity, this is one of the quality that you must have. So today you have to ask a question. You ask a question to yourself. Do you I have heard that, brothers and sisters say that if I keep on listening to them, they will keep on speaking. If I keep on tolerating, they will just keep on speaking, and they just keep on going. And if I don't say or speak anything, they will just dominate me. So I must speak a little bit at least. So I must ask that who is destroying their own sanskar? If you speak up and if you do not tolerate, then whose character is going to be destroyed? So there is something that is said in Gita. Krishna says to Arjun that, dear Arjun, lust, anger, and ego, you should destroy them all. As much as the lust is a vice, a big vice, so is the anger. So you should not get angry. The more you tolerate, the more powerful you become. If you reject, if you do not tolerate, then it is you who is going to become weak, isn't it? So there is a different second power that is called the power of intellect. It can also be said as the power to discriminate. So we should know when to discriminate, how to discriminate. So if you cannot take a nice decision, what would happen then? You will keep on thinking, keep on thinking. Should I do this? Should I do that? And your life will just, pass by. That is why. So you must have a life that is balanced with knowledge. So you have to churn the knowledge first. So let us say, if I speak it like this, that knowledge is like a drilling machine by which you can go into depth of yoga. So like you drill through a machine, in the same way is the knowledge. When you drill, if you drill in the ocean, there is oil that comes out, or if you drill in the land, there might water come out. So as much the knowledge is set in my intellect, the more you go in depth in the knowledge, the more you will be able to understand and realize. And in the same manner, you will be able to in the same manner, you will be able to experience the depth of yoga. So if you are just on the surface of knowledge, you will be on the surface of yoga as well. So if you go in depth of knowledge, you will be able to go in the depth of yoga. So now there is a matter of mind. Baba has told us about 4 stages. First is to listen. Second is churning. And the third is realization. And then there is manan, that also translates as churning and realizing. To listen, to realize, to churn, and to be lost in the experience. So in the depth of yoga, there is a matter to be matter of feeling. You have to be lost in the experience of it. So how do I attain that? The first step could be, so you remember, when you were young, a kid, we used to read in the books that certain saint did so much tapasya, or certain person did so much tapasya, and they did not realize what is happening around them. It was such a wonderful thing. So they did not realize what is going around them when they were sitting in tapasya. So what is the state of being lost in the experience? It is a stage where your mind does not shake, it's stable, and there is no thought. It is just focused and concentrated in just one thing, and that is God. So first thing you do is you listen. So the information goes in your brain, in your mind. But what are you going to do with that information? Are you going to just store all of it? Or are you going to take it forward? Are you going to churn that? Are you going to analyze it? So after analysis, you have to go into the experience of it. You have to go into the experience of it. And the next is that you have to be lost in the experience. Brother Jagdish conducted a class related to this. He talked about the depth of yoga, the height of yoga, the breadth of yoga, that was the topic of the class. So the depth comes through the relationship. The height comes through the state of being a point. And then there is the experience. All of us, I think we are clever in churning and realizing, but to be lost in the experience, now that is something I feel not everybody does. The Mira is example. Mira used to be, she was the one who used to get lost in the love of Krishna. They talk about Tulsi. It is said that he was so lost that he took snake as a rope and moved forward. So there are these examples where they talk about how they were just lost in the love of the experience, and they're not realizing what they're doing in the world, where they were sitting, what were they eating, everything was just going by, but they were just lost in the experience. So I will tell you one more thing. A lot of brothers and sisters, sometimes they tell me that I was just sitting in yoga and I did not realize that the bus stop passed by and I did not get to got down on the bus stop. I just did not realize my bus stop came. So it does. So you are in remembering the Almighty, and that Almighty is the most accurate being in the world. So you are remembering him, you have your intellect connected to him, but how can you lack anything? If he is accurate, but you are inaccurate, that cannot happen. That's not possible. It's impossible. That is why. So the depth of yoga is to be in the experience. So the Baba talks about the intoxication of yoga. And I have seen that there was a brother called Angna. He was from Bangalore. He had a big business of bakery. And he used to cook for Baba as well, bake for Baba as well, and send to Baba in Madhuban. And I used to see he was really an intoxicated soul. He used to be in a lot of intoxication of remembrance. And I see, I do not see anybody, I do not see anyone like him. I might have missed some person. They might be somewhere, but I have never met anyone as that brother. And Baba has said in Murli that if I get even at least 5 souls like brother Angna, I would transform this world in just a minute. Baba used to speak and he used to get goosebumps. And I have seen it through my eyes. When Baba used to speak, his eyes used to be filled with tears. He was such a sweet soul. He used to be lost in love with Baba. At every moment of time, he was in that intoxicating state. That is the proof of the depth of the yoga. So the flame is burning, the soul is remembering Baba. So you are, if you are with the truth, you will be dancing. So he used to dance. We could see that. So we all have to pick up this thing. You have to bring it in your yogi life. You have to check, do I have that kind of intoxication? In the stage of yoga, there comes one more thing, and that is called that to be just a point of light. So there is a point of churning and realizing, analyzing. Of course, we are angels, and then you are thinking, oh, what is being an angel? If I am an angel, then what is it? What if I practice being an angelic stage? A lot of sister gives you commentary, guides you. You have experience. You have these experiences, but when you come back, you are the same. So what is being an angel, and what is the depth of it? What is the depth of being in a Vyakt stage? What is the depth of being a point of light? What does Baba talk about, the nectar that you receive when you are in all relationship with Baba? So what is all of that? Who is an angel? What is the definition of an angel? So we say that the angel is the one who is detached from the body, detached from me and mine. It's not a big deal, is it? So the depth of the angelic stage is that you have to serve the world through your subtle vehicle. You are going all around through your subtle vehicle. So whatever we do right these days, it's kind of uh, so it's kind of a kiddish thing, childish thing. So these days I see people talking about wearing light, their dress of light. So it's not just that. So your aura has to be made of the vibration of benevolence and light. And what is the light they're talking about? This is the light of purity. This is called light. So the dress of vibration. So we have to be in those kind of vibrations. What kind of vibrations are coming out of me, the soul? So that is the depth of angelic stage. The subtle vehicle. So angelic stage is not just a stage, but a state of being. And that becomes a medium for world service. An angel comes, speaks, and then flies away. An angel. What is a Vyakt? Avyakt is obviously away from Vyakt. So what is the definition of Avyakt? When we come in the beginning, we have a different definition of Avyakt. What is Avyakt? So when we see Bap Dada, so when you see the elder sisters, elder daddies, so to be avyakt means that whoever is in front of you, they would also forget their vyakt understanding. They also become avyakt with you. When Brahma Baba left the body, the messenger who brought the message, what was written in the message? In that message, it was said that the souls will be able to meet Baba when they are in a vyakt stage. So whoever has to meet Baba, if they're not in a vyakt stage, they're not really meeting Baba. So if I do not have that experience, then what does that makes me? So we won't have that connection. We won't be able to meet. I will just see in front that Gulzar is sitting. She is speaking slowly and slowly. So the new people who come sit down. Also, they say that an old lady was sitting. She was speaking slowly, and I did not understand much. She was just, speaking. So the beginners, they do not understand that really. So even if the yogi soul are not in that avyakta stage, they do not get the experience as well. And then comes the doubt. And that is why there are so much doubts. That is why Baba says that. So the depth of yoga and the depth of the stage of avyakt is when you forget this body, me and mine completely. So this is the definition of avyakt. Baba is here for all the relationships. He is our all relations. Is this enough? So he is my father, he is my mother, he's my friend, he's my companion. Where is the experience? Where is it? So let's say Baba is your friend. So you had a good chit chat. So if you had a chit chat in depth, you will have an experience in depth. So one proof that you had a good experience in depth would be that you would not have that kind of thoughts forever in your life again. So how many of us have that kind of experience? So you become very light. And I would feel that friend is just sitting in front of me and I'm just talking to that friend. So that is the experience. If you move a little more forward, so accept a vect stage, then there is the stage of being point of light. So what is the experience of being a point of light? Okay, is it just that, okay, I am a point of light, yeah, in the middle of my forehead? That's all? Is this all? No. If Baba is a point of light, he is the supreme light and he is almighty, then I am his child and I am Master Almighty. This is a very powerful stage. See, the mobiles are getting smaller in size, and the more smaller the mobile phones are, the more powerful they are. In the same way, more subtle you are, more powerful you are. Do I experience that power? Do I experience that point of light? Okay, so then there is bodiless stage. So you just sit down and you feel like, oh yeah, I'm having an experience. If you sit down and think, okay, right now I'm going to experience point of light, being a point of light, that does not happen like that. So what is a point? It is a full stop. So this is the stage of being Master Almighty. How are you going to experience it? Just by saying, okay, I am a point in the middle of my forehead, would you be able to go into the depth of it? You won't be able to. So there is a depth into that experience. I have to leave all of that bodily things, me and mine, or everything that is related to body consciousness. So but for that stage, all of these things are waste. So if they are there, you won't be able to have that experience. So if I want to sit in the point of light, in this experience of being point of light, but I get a thought of doing this service or that service, so there is the disturbance. This is wrong. So if there is a thought of service, or any, even if you are churning knowledge at that time, it is a good thought, but at that time, for that stage, it is wrong. So for the depth, for the experiencing the depth of this point of light stage, so if I'm sitting down for that experience, I have to only have the experience of that. But for that, I will have to be in dead silence for the whole day. Throughout the day, I have to maintain my silence, my peace. I have to be in or corporeal stage. What Baba said about being egoless, without any medium. You are not dependent on any kind of medium. Then you will have this experience. So about 40, 50 years back, when Yoga Bhavan was being constructed, so Yoga Bhavan of Madhubanu, when that was being constructed, where Dadi Manohar used to sit with us, and she used to be the guide for us for yoga. And we just used to be 4, 5 sisters sometimes. So all of that were elder sisters, Sister Vedanti, Sister Sheilu, 3, 4 sisters used to sit in front of her. So Daddy used to take us for practicing yoga. So the experience that I had at that time, I haven't forgotten it till now. I haven't forgotten any of it. It was that it is still fresh in my mind. Whenever I remember, I get, you get into that experience again. So what is the meaning of these things? Being detached from the body, it is also a stage. So being a point of light, volcanic stage, seed stage. So what is volcanic stage? So what is the volcano? The volcano of love, the flame of love, the flame of love that you have for Baba. It has to be so intense. It has to be so, so intense that there is nobody in between you and Baba. No one, nothing, nobody, nothing. Just you and Baba. So that's the flame of love. So now that flame will increase the depth of yoga. So Baba is my surgeon. So what does that mean? I have to have a clean and clear heart. So you have to tell your problems and illness and weaknesses to the surgeon clearly. Then Baba is our beloved. He's our bridegroom. What does that mean? So I have to follow each and every step of, if he is my beloved, I have to follow him. So what is the meaning of the beloved? You have to always be, you always have to follow the Srimad. You always have to be ready. So whatever your beloved says, you have to say yes. You have to be obedient, faithful. So if you are not faithful, would the beloved like you? An unadulterated intellect, that's the proof of being a bride. So these are the things that comes in when you talk about the depth of yoga. So this is practical thing. So yoga is a tapasya. What for? It is for the development of personality. So whatever, if anything happens, any situation, what do we say? Okay, sit in yoga, sit in remembrance. So take anything, any stage you want to take, just take it. You have to go into depth of it. Otherwise, what's the use? What are you even doing? You have to be into depth of the yoga. You have to go in depth, deep experience. Okay? And depth of yoga means when you are into that intoxicating stage, when you are in that lovely stage, you would not feel where you are or what you do. You just in this intoxicating stage. So when we were kid, we used to sit with dadis for yoga. So at that time, we didn't have no image of Shiv Baba, no image of Brahma. We didn't have nothing. So today, what do we do today? And at that time, the daddy used to sit and just give drishti. That is how we used to sit in yoga. We used to take drishti, they used to give drishti. For 15 minutes, 30 minutes, they used to give drishti to just one. Our intellect used to get so focused and concentrated. We used to go become introverted. And daddy used to say, see, your intellect should not be shaking. So if your intellect shakes, the messenger will bring the message from Baba, and she will tell. So then dadis used to tell messengers that go and ask Baba whose intellect was shaking. So then the messengers used to come and tell and give the message that, okay, so their intellect was not stable, their intellect was shaking. Do you understand? So in this way that you have to take each and everything into consideration, and then you have to go into depth of it. You have to churn it nicely. So right now I'm sitting in front of you. I drank water twice. Today we sit with a bottle of water with us. I feel this is such a wonder. You are sitting in yoga and you are feeling thirsty. How is that possible? Sometimes people want to go to washroom. Sometimes people are thirsty. What is this? In half an hour, you have to get up. At that time when you used to sit with yoga for 3-4 hours, even 5 hours, daddy used to say the sit down. Okay, 5 hours, 4 hours, we're just sitting down. We didn't used to move. So daddy used to say that I will send the messenger in the subtle world, and they will bring the message whose intellect was moving, whose intellect was shaking. So in middle of everyone, they used to come and say, okay, your intellect was not stable, your intellect was shaking. So we didn't mind it at that time. We just wanted to learn and concentrate, and we wanted to just make an effort. But right now, today, things are a little different. So what is the depth of yoga? You have to forget your existence. You have to forget the existence of this body. Baba said, lovely. You have to be in the experience. So you must remember when you were a kid, you used to sit, when you used to sit for studying. So if you are really into studying, So if your mother asked, did that person pass by? But you didn't know, you were so into studying and solving that problem, maths problem, whatever, that you do not remember who passed by, who said what, or if there is a noise nearby. So in the same way, if you sit in yoga and you're into it, then you would not know who is going here and who is doing what, who is saying what, was there is a noise or not. So, but today you know everything. Who is moving, who is going, who is saying what. If there is a noise, you are listening. Would you call this lovely in stage? Would you call it concentrated stage, focused stage? Krishna says that, so it was asked that, what are you doing, Arjun? What are you looking? So Arjun said, I'm just looking at the bird's eye, nothing else. So right now, it's not yoga. You are just making yourself happy. If you are knowing what is going on here, going on there, you're looking at complete bird and the image, you're not focusing on just the eye, then you're probably just making yourself happy. That's all. We have to be in such experience that we do not know what is going around. Just be lovely in the love of Baba. Be in the experience. That's all. Just be. So if you love someone, what do you do then? Do you remember how many hours passes by if you are talking to them? So if you had a hobby, a hobby of photography or reading a novel or whatever, do you remember how much time passed when you were doing that activity? So if your consciousness is here, then I will tell you that you are not having any experience. Go beyond. So I study Gulzar, Dadi. So in this stage of soul consciousness, will I forget the body at all? So Dadi said that, okay, you will know if somebody is sitting beside you, but that will not disturb you. So that is bodiless stage, the stage of being a light. But we complain very quickly. See, he's doing that, he's disturbing, their mobile is ringing, the songs are very disturbing, there are a lot of disturbance, there is a lot of noise. So we are in the security of a lot of things, you're paying attention to a lot of things, so you're not lovely obviously, and then you are singing the song that Baba, I love you so much, but that's not what is happening. So it's just the song that is playing, it's just you, Baba, that's the song playing, and you just listening to the song, you're not into that stage. So you need to have a good background to have the experience. You just sit down and you're sitting down and you're going to think, okay, I will experience this and that. It does not happen like that. You have to pay attention on yourself. You have make your life a yogi life. You will have to become a person who likes and loves solitude, being alone. You have to be have a control and ruling power on your sense organs. So there is a lot more things in the background. If that is not strong, then forget about the experiences or going in the depth of yoga. So if you are not soul conscious, how are you going to have the experience? Tell me. You won't. So the depth, the good experience you will have when all of this, you have done the homework properly. And this homework has to be done throughout the day. You have to speak slowly. Speak less. This is also a proof. So you can see a practical example, Dadi Gulzar. Baba says that, okay, switch it on. switch on the sense organs, turn it on, and there are a lot of souls. There are a lot of souls that used to say that their remembrance reaches Baba. Does my remembrance reaches Baba? Does Baba know that they are sitting down and remembering, this child is remembering me? Is my remembrance that strong? Check it. Ask yourself. If my remembrance is not reaching Baba, there must be something wrong. So the switch of consciousness is on and you are focused and concentrated, then you must have experience, isn't it? So when Baba says that you have to be lovely, it doesn't mean that you are, you completely, you mentally, you have forgotten everything. You don't know your name or anything. That doesn't mean that you're lovely. It just means that you are just lost in the love, you just being with Baba, just being the love. So you have to be just with that one. He is the beginning, he is the end, that's all. So there are so many songs, you sing the songs with your whole heart, right? So you just have to become the embodiment of that song. So there is this song that is so beautiful. I only see you. I don't see nobody else. I only see you. So I wish that really happens. Okay. So this is the depth of yoga. You want to call it intensity of yoga or whatever. So this is how it is. Not just on the surface, but you go deep in it. And then you have experience. And now that experience would come from the depth, and in the proof of it would be that the effect, the result would be permanent. You will remember that experience. Okay, is there any question? So how do I understand that Baba is receiving my remembrance? So this was the question. So when you sit down, you won't have to make a lot of effort to remember Baba. You will have a lot of happiness. You will experience satisfaction. You will be joyful. That's the proof. And you will feel that Baba is accompanying you. Baba is with you. Okay? And then we can ask messengers that, does my remembrance reaches Baba? It is possible. Okay. Is there more questions? So what can I keep one thing in my mind to make my yoga stage more powerful? So the thing that you can keep in your mind is, if not now, never. Just keep this in your mind. I am responsible for a lot of souls. People are watching me. The souls are watching me. The whole world is watching me. I'm on a stage. Mama used to do this. This was just the basic nature for Mama. Mama didn't used to, go too much into the old world news. Mama did not used to watch this old world. No. Mama has set a time limit for herself. I have to do everything right now. Not if not now, then never. And the other thing is that Baba is the doer. Baba is giving the Srimad. I just have to follow. Only Baba and no one else. So these are all these tricks that that will, help me in the yoga. So from knowledge and dharana, I will have help in yoga. Mama does not used to be influenced by anybody. Never. And she does not had any god or lord. There was just one Baba for her. She used to receive from him. So Mama has a direct relationship with Baba. And the big thing is that whatever she used to say, she used to do. She does not just leaves it. She used to walk her talk. So this was the difference. Okay? And also increase the power of tolerance, increase the power of discrimination, increase the power, increase these powers, If you're not going to use it right now, then when are you going to use it? So if you're not able to put full stop, then you are still going on in a speed. If you're not able to put full stop, then how are you going to become a point of light? So there is another question. So when I sit in front of Baba's image, can I take drishti from that photo? So yeah, you can do that. If there is a non-living image of deities and god and goddesses, if they can have faith in there, then you can do that as well. So how will my love for Baba increase? This is another question. So if you are listening to Baba, if you are being obedient, then your love for Baba will increase naturally. So how do I become free from waste? So somebody asked that, can I become free from waste for few minutes? So you have to become free from waste for forever, not for just few minutes. You do not have to see nobody. Don't see anything or anybody. Do not take garbage. You are not a dustbin. Is it different? Soul consciousness and bodilessness, is it different thing? It's not very different. Dehi means the soul, and Atma is also soul. So you are soul conscious. So you are soul conscious throughout the day. So that means you will be able to become bodiless very soon. If you sit in yoga, that will help. So you will be with truth. You won't be. You will be fearless. These are the proof of being soul consciousness. So there is just a one mantra, manmana bhav. You do not have to speak. You have to be in the experience of manmana bhav. You do not have to speak it from the mouth. So to become surrendered on Baba, that is what love is. If you're just singing that Baba, I love you, but you are remembering someone else all the time. So if you are just being you and Baba is being Baba, and there is no equality between you and Baba, then there is no love. So somebody asked some stupid question, I think. So she said that they might need a tuition. So whoever did, so or somebody got a heavy head when they used to sit for yoga. So Didi saying that you might need a tuition class separately. You should talk to your teacher. There is something wrong in the way you are sitting for yoga. So you're just looking, intensely at something. You might have a heavy head. So you must get guidance from your teacher. So there is one more question, that how do I surrender my thoughts to Baba? Okay, so Didi is asking, how are you getting the question? I don't see it written anywhere. So sister says that a lot of people are watching you live, Didi. So how do we surrender our thoughts? It's easy. See if there is thought in your intellect, so you're not able to leave it, you're not able to let go of it. It emerges again and again, again and again. So what is the method you can get rid of it? The first thing is just write it down and give it to Baba. And second method could be, so if you have a faith on your teacher, then tell to your teacher and complete it and let go of it. If any thought that comes again and again, it is telling you that you are not satisfied from inside. That is why this one thought would come again and again. So to get rid of it, you either write it down to Baba or you tell your teacher, take guidance from your teacher. And try to create new positive elevated thoughts. And for that you can read Avyakt Murlis. If you are feeding new things, so the old ones will go away. So if you are if you are saving the old ones and not accumulating anything new, if you're not putting anything new, then it will just remain as it is. So you have to put new thoughts, create new elevated thoughts, so the old one will fly away. Okay, so there are many questions. So to every day, how can I experience seed stage? So the whole day you have to do effort. I am since the soul, I am the one who is going to give sustenance to the souls. Emerge the whole soul tree. Just do everything that a soul does, a seed does. So do not get lost into the physical appearance or materials. Stop taking things from this world, from this old world. You won't be able to be seed if you have the habit of taking things from this old world. So first thing, the question is, how can we get rid of vices? So the first thing is, you first of all you have to stop doing bad things. You have to stop doing sin. And the second thing is, control your sense organs, keep them cool, and sit in yoga in a disciplined manner, and then you will be able to get rid of your vices. So at today's time, how can we serve world through our mind? So can you give us some tips for serving the world through mind? So, okay, don't do much, just have good feelings. First of all, just have good feelings. Uh, So do not think that, okay, I'm going to serve through my mind. I'm going to serve London today through my mind, or I'm going to serve Sri Lanka today through my mind. Don't think of all of that thing. Just sit in the stage in such a stage that Baba just use you as an instrument. Okay, don't think too much. So these days, So these days I hear that a lot of people are asking me, how do I help them? How do I help these people or that people? So I would say that you have to take care of yourself first. Take care of your stage. So work on yourself first. You have to get better first. So if you are in a good condition, you just have to take care of your own condition. If you are in a good condition, Baba will use you as an instrument. You just have to be ready in for that. So keep your mind pure, keep your mind powerful. So if your mind is not stable enough, if your mind is not capable enough, then how is that mind going to serve others? So pay attention to your mind first. So whatever question you have, you write it down in the chat, or wherever you can, and then send it to me, and I will give you the answer. So last point for getting deep into the yoga. So you have to take the specialization of that. Wherever you want, whenever you want, however you want, you are able to concentrate your mind there. This is what you have to learn. So I don't see the question. So the sister is saying that I getting them from YouTube. So this question is that there is a lot of financial crisis, and there is fear and uncertainty. What should I do now? I get and I am fearful. What do I do? So Sister Sheilu is here for the next class. So I'll just answer in question and answer session. Okay, so I'll take all the question there at that time. We are done. We are so Sister Sheilu is online, and she's saying hi to her. So she is ready for the next class. Okay. Acha. Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Asha Didi, for this great experience and the journey that you took. That this class was wonderful, and you have given us wonderful tips. And this was really good clarification for all of us. Thank you so much. And now we are going to join Sister Sheilu. And from 11 to 12:15, Sister Sheilu will be with us. And the topic is the methods of churning of knowledge. So how do we go in depth of knowledge? So this is a topic, and Sister Sheilu is going to conduct a class. In a short, I would give the introduction of Sister Sheilu. Right now, you are Vice Chairperson of Education Wing, and whatever Rajyoga Shivir you have in Madhuban, you conduct those sessions. You are a senior Rajyoga teacher here. You are a wonderful orator, a wonderful speaker, and you have traveled in more than 70 countries to give the message of Baba. And at the age of 12, you came in contact with Brahma Kumaris, and after graduating from Bombay, you surrendered your life completely, and you are with Baba since then. And you have been in different countries. And in 1976, you came to Madhuban, and from 74 to 76, you have been in Mauritius, and you have been in many countries of Africa. You went there to open many centers over there, and you came in Madhuban in 76, and since then you are here with us. And I remember that today we have a lot of service on TV, but I remember that few, and in the beginning of years in 93 and 92, when our service on television has just started, so you were the first soul who became the instrument to go on the TV to give the message. So on the channels like Astha and G and Sony, you used to go there to give Baba's message. So you started that seva. So we have a lot of medium today for knowledge and yoga. We listen to many commentaries, and we have a lot of songs and stuff. So there are many commentaries recorded in different people's voices. But the first commentary that was recorded, and it was very popular in Hindi and in English both, and you were the one who recorded that commentary. And today still that commentary is very popular. So you started this service as well. So this is how you are very talented, and we are lucky to have you among us, Sister Sheilu. Till 12:15 you will conduct the class on the topic of how to churn the knowledge, the methods to churn the knowledge.
पलक में भर के दिखा रहे हम, फलक से हम यही गा रहे, कराने वाला करा रहा है, करनहार हम किए जा रहे, झलक तुम्हारी ओ प्यारे भगवन, पलक में भर के दिखा रहे हम, फलक से हम यही गा रहे, कराने वाला करा रहा है, करनहार हम किए जा रहे, करनहार हम किए जा रहे, ओ झलक तुम्हारी ओ प्यारे भगवन.
Om Shanti. Today I'm very happy that in this e-Bhatti conducted by SpARC, I got this invitation from them, and with a lot of happiness I accepted. I was told that about 1,500 souls are participating. It is a matter of joy, really. During this this lockdown is like a blessing. So all Brahmin brothers and sisters are really, excited and have the zeal about knowledge, about yoga, about dharana. So it's like a blessing. Everyone is taking a lot of interest in it, and I feel like everybody is having a wonderful experience. And through SpARC, they do a lot of seva. They use a lot of intellect, and they do research on a lot of things. So any research cannot be conducted without silence. So if you are not churning anything, that you won't be able to research anything. So the first thing you need is silence, and then you have to be introverted, then churning, then analyzing, realizing, and then you will get new things in your intellect. Baba has given us a very high kind of knowledge. In every Murli, Baba says that, and every Murli Baba says that Baba is going to tell you a great secret. So he is unlimited Father. He is the creator. So he tells us about the creation and himself as well. Baba says that you won't get this knowledge anywhere else. You only get it here in this godly world university. So this is also a kind of a challenge to the world, that this knowledge is the highest knowledge. It is given by the God himself. So this is like a great challenge that we do give to the world. So that is why this knowledge makes our life equal to diamond, like a jewel. We get transformed from being an ordinary human being to Narayan. So whatever Baba gives us, whatever knowledge Baba gives us, it's like the ocean of knowledge is giving us so many jewels. So we get those jewels through Murli. And every Murli Baba takes us so much deeper into the knowledge, right? So even if you journal even on one point of Murli, you will get a lot of jewels. So you have to churn, realize, understand, and then you can become the embodiment of that point. But before that, you have to remember that Murli point, isn't it? A lot of people say that, brother, sister, say, they tell me that I don't remember all of the Murli. So see, if somebody says something, you always remember it. But when Baba speaks something, you don't remember everything. What is the reason? The reason could be that we do not remember at that point of time when you're listening to Murli that Baba is saying this thing to everybody, to all of the children, right? He's not saying it to yourself, to me alone. So when you think like that, few things would enter your head through your ear. Few things will just pass by you. So if you only think that whatever Baba is saying, all of it, all of the Murli is just for me. So if you remember and you listen to Murli like that, you will remember the Murli. So you remember a lot of other things from your past. How is it possible that the Murli from the God himself you don't remember? It's kind of like an insult. So no, never say that I don't remember the Murlis. There might be possibility that you are not churning that Murli points, and that is why you forget. And that is why you are not able to imbibe those knowledge. You are not able to become the embodiment of those knowledge. So that is why the first thing Baba talks about is remembrance. Baba says that children complain that we forget the remembering you, Baba. We forget to remember you. So Baba says that this is wonder. How do you forget? So how do you get the blessings from Baba? If you keep the blessing in your life, so you have to remember the knowledge, the point of Murlis, as well. As much as you remember Baba, you have to remember those points as well. So you see a lot of things into the old world. You see that video, these video, listen to this person, that person. So why don't you listen and remember Baba's Murli? So pay attention. What has Baba said today? And after that, join that. So if you want to remember something completely, you have to repeat it again and again in your mind, isn't it? So if you're not repeating it again and again, you'll forget it definitely. So that is why you have to repeat the knowledge again and again. So if the waste thought comes, put a full stop and remember what does Baba said today. A lot of time we gossip with each other. We are talking about here and there. It does not matter at all, but still, if somebody is smart in that group, they will, so they can give a direction to the group. What did Baba say today? So the moment you will ask the question, the topic will change. All the wasteful things that they will be talking about, they will stop it, and they all will start to churn the knowledge. They will start to talk about the Murli. That is why it is important that you churn the knowledge. So first of all, you have to remember again and again. You have to think about that point again and again. So you have to think about that topic. In devotion, the path of devotion, you see, they continuously will say Ram, 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 Ram. So they will not stop. So they keep chanting this mantra. So Baba do not say to do that, does he? So if you have to remember someone, you do not have to chant their name, do you? Do you have to chant their name? No, right? So what about the Murli points? But you have to remember the Murli points. So you have to obviously remember and repeat it in your head. Sometime Baba says that also write. Some Baba says that you don't have to write, you just have to imbibe in your head. So if you are able to imbibe it in your head, you do not need to write it down. So if you're not remembering, then you should write it down, on take a pen and copy and write it down. So first thing is to remember and then repeat. So it's like the wave of the ocean. And so there are so many waves, isn't it? So if you read the Murli, where the Murli started and where it ended, there's so many waves of knowledge. So points coming from this way and that way. So there is waves of points. So we used to listen to Mama. So Mama used to speak about one point or one topic, but because it was the ocean, the Murli of ocean of knowledge, there were so much things Mama used to share. Mama used to tell us about so many secrets that Baba used to share in the Murli. She used to clear it for us. Like Baba says that a lot of souls from the path of devotion comes, and they are good devotees, but they're not going to come in the heaven. So these things, they're secrets. So yesterday in the Murli, Baba says that uh, the kings used to just donate without counting what they are giving. So their heart was so big. So also God in the same way makes you the heir of Satyug. So Baba says that everybody has to come into this cycle. Nobody is spared. There is not eternal liberation for nobody. So there are so many points, you see. So the first thing is you have to remember those points. You have to repeat it in your head and then churn. So when you churn, you understand that you got such a great fortune, that you got Baba. Baba gives you in wholesale. He's not sparing anything for you. He's giving you so much. So when you remember this, you will churn and there will be a lot of happiness. So Baba gives so much to people, but who would Baba give these things to? Baba also sees that which child is capable. So only when who are faithful, who are obedient, who are trusty, obviously they are Baba's favorites, so they are going to get everything that Baba is going to give. So they are going to receive so much treasure from Baba. So for that you have to see and check that how much you serve, how much service you do, how much you sit in yoga, how much dharma you have. So these all things Baba see in you. So I have seen that a lot of things, a lot of situation have comes in my life, but you see, you have to deeply analyze that, am I really following Srimad? So that kind of churning should go in your head, and after that you have to realize. So how do you bring out butter from the curd? So you put a little effort, right? So until and unless you put effort into churning, realizing, analyzing, you won't get the butter. So you get the butter when you are churning it properly. So you get the new things when you churn. Write it all down. So like Baba says in the Murli today, that so there are few souls who would come for a very short period of time. They would just put their hand and go away. So we can churn on this point. See, we we go through all the cycle, throughout the cycle, right? So we are from the beginning till the end. So we are doing a lot of things. So we are with Baba for such a long period of time in conference age. So what fortune do I have? So that must bring happiness. So Baba also says that even if somebody has 84 births, some souls have just one birth. So what happens? So all the time that soul would be in corporeal world, they will just have one birth here and then go back. Even in one birth, they would have the stages of sato, tamo, and sato, rajo, and tamo, and then they will go back. But that's not interesting thing, is it? So all the soul have to go through those stages. So you have to churn it all inside. So you go in depth of the knowledge. So you got the curd is the knowledge. Okay, so you got this thick curd, the lot of butter in it. So if you when you start to churn it, new things will come out of it. But what do you have to do? You have to be very attentive. Why do you have to be attentive? Because I have seen that a lot of brothers and sisters, when they churn, they do not go into the garden of the knowledge. They go into the jungle of knowledge. So they kind of go in opposite direction. So you have to ask the right question. But if you are not asking the right question, you might go into the jungle of knowledge, not in the garden of knowledge. So when you ask why, what, how, whom, so when you answer these questions, then this is how you churn. So say Baba tells you that you are a soul. So the soul is such a subtle thing, and in that small subtle soul, there's a part of 84 births. So can you churn? How wonderful that is. Baba says that's nature. This is such a wonderful thing that in such a small point of light, you can't even see it from the eyes, and there's so much part, filled in that soul. So how is that possible? How is it possible that everything is accurately how it was in the previous cycle? So you have to think it like that. See, soul is not a not no non living thing. So the soul is a living thing, right? So if there is like a song you are playing on DVD, it is it is so that CD might get destroyed after some period of time, but the soul doesn't is not like that. So some people ask, there has to be some end to it, but it isn't. This whole drama is eternal, and you are eternal. So what you have to do, how you have to churn is, you have to ask the right question, and you bring out the jewels from the ocean. So you do not have to ask such question that you go into the jungle of knowledge. You have to go into the garden of knowledge. So a lot of people, when I tell them to churn, so they do not know how to do it properly. So they keep on asking question, and the answers are not accurate or proper. So they will reach somewhere else. So sometimes they go in the opposite direction of knowledge. So obviously they get confused, and they get doubt after a time period. So the silence and peace and the joy and bliss that and power that you should get while after churning, you won't get that. And what will be the result? Your mind will be entangled more. So you are going to ask questions and question, and there is no answer. So you have to ask the question, right question, and there has to be answer to that question. So, and also, when the line of your intellect is clear, you will get the answer very quickly and easily. So your line is clear. And when you get entangled or you're getting confused, Baba also touches your intellect. And the moment Baba touches your intellect, suddenly you will be very happy, very joyful. So my mind and my intellect has to be immersed in this churning, and this is how you utilize the time. Our intellect get cleaned, our mind is pure, gets pure. See, if your mind is empty, then it might become devil. It might go on the evil path. So you always have to be busy in churning. Take any moonly point, read it, and inside you have to churn. Either it is about God, or it is about Supreme Soul, or is it about drama, or it is about the karma, or is it about the soul, or even if it is about a secret that Baba shared in the Murli. In that you have to churn, and you have to go deep into those points and bring out new things. See, you are remembering incorporeal world. How is that incorporeal world? What is the height? What is the color? How do we souls go there? How do we stay there? There must be some section for each soul. So there are so many questions. So you are thinking, and this is how wonderful this is. So how wonderful the creation is, how wonderful the creator is. So you do not have to get entangled. How are they going on their own? I don't understand how they're coming on their own, they're going on their own. How does Baba come? How does Baba go? So I don't understand. So you don't have to think like that. So first of all, you have to have faith on what Baba is saying. And I'm not saying that you always have to just say yes, 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 yes. Everything is right. Everything is right. I'm not saying you have to do that. The moment something, the moment something comes out of Baba's mouth, you do not have to say yes, yes. You don't. I'm not saying that you do not have to use your logic, your head, but you have to use it in a proper way. You have to use the logic that Baba has given. You have to ask the right questions, and this is how you are going to go deep into the churning of the knowledge. So a lot of questions people ask is, how far away is incorporeal world? So Baba says that how long is it? How far is the incorporeal world? How much mile far away is it? Say you cannot really count the number of miles it is. How far in kilometers, you cannot write that, but you can say that it's just a second, it's just a second away, one thought and you are there, isn't it? How quickly you go there. So a lot of people would ask that what is the element there in the incorporeal world. So a lot of people said, first I will see, and then I will talk about, then I will think about the incorporeal world. So Baba says that you come from that world, you must have seen that world. Remember, do you have some memories? You are the guest here. A lot of people say that they haven't seen, and I say that how is it possible that you do not remember? If there is one person, and if the mother shows the kid his childhood photo, would will the grown up person not able to identify? If he was very young, he might not remember his at that time, he might not remember that kind of home or that place where he was born. If the photo is shown, but if the mother tells the kid that, if the mother tells the kid that, see, you were born like this, if they show you the picture, they have to believe it, isn't it? So in the same way, Baba shows us the picture. He's our father. We say that, oh, I do not remember, how I have never seen Paramdam, I have never seen that sweet world. That's not how it is. If Baba is telling you he's our father, so at least have a little faith, and then you can remember. So how this drama works, there is Sun dynasty, then there is Moon dynasty, then there is heaven, Silver Age, Golden Age. So there are many things, that there are incorporeal worlds, there is subtle region. So you can go there on your own as well. But the first thing you have to have is faith. Who is telling you all of these things? It's not a human being who is telling you that. It's God Himself who is telling you that. So until and unless you have that faith, you won't be able to churn any knowledge. And the first thing is faith. That is why, so the faith is the foundation. You read Gita. There's so many things, so many people who have written about Gita. So Baba has cleared this Gita for us in a very easy way. So if we see in Gita, all the knowledge of Gita, we can divide it in 5 things according to Baba. So the first thing is, Arjun is not ready for the war. Why is he not ready for the war? Because he has attachment. He's talking that they are Dronacharya, my own gurus, my own cousins, my own brothers. How do I kill them? So they are my blood relation. How do I kill them? So God gives him the knowledge of soul. You do not have to see the body, you have to only see the soul. So Arjun says that, how can I not see such a big body? How do I see the soul? I cannot see the soul, only body is visible. How do I kill them? But the God explains to him that you do not have to see them as body, you see them as soul. So the body is like a cloth, you have to forget it. The body is either way going to go away, perish at some point of time, but the soul is not going to uh, perish. It's imperishable. But Arjun do not understand, and again he asks the same question: how do I kill them? So God says that, okay, you do not understand this, then okay, who are you then? Who are you? You are a warrior. What is the responsibility of a warrior? You have given your words. So whatever promise you have made, you have to fulfill. This is what a warrior has to do. You cannot leave the field of war. Your grandfather was victorious, your father was victorious. How can you leave the battlefield? So God reminded him who he is, who he was. So in the same way, Baba also reminds us that who we are. So if we have faith, and in the true way, if we understand who is telling us this, and then we will be happy, and then will come intoxication. But if we do not remember that self-respect point, then either it is we are feeling inferior, or either we have ego or superiority problem. See, the Arjun is shown in a way, his image is portrayed in a way that he's very, very powerful. He has very good aim. So it suddenly in the battlefield he forgets everything. So the God has to remind him that Arjun, who you are. So even when Arjun did not realize, then God has to give him the vision that they all are dead already. You have to, the God told Arjun that they are already dead. See, you just have to become the instrument. They're already dead. See, they all died. So now the Arjun says that, how can I become the instrument for their death? How can I become that medium? So the Arjun loses that faith. He couldn't see them as a soul, and he could not feel any power to fight that war. So he used to have the same question, how do I do? How do I do? For about 1.5 months, he was just confused. So when God saw that, okay, he's not able to understand this, okay, then God said that, see, you were victorious in every cycle. You were always successful. You were never defeated. So now he had the doubt in that as well. What will happen if I lose this war? So he thought that, okay, he's my friend, he's just saying. But afterwards, God showed him the vision of his great form. And then, who is telling you, Arjun? When he said that to Arjun, who is the one who is telling you? Then Arjun understood that, okay, the God is telling me that. And when he understood that, yeah, when God is telling me this, then he bowed down. So now he bowed down to God and says that, whatever you say now, I will do. So now 18 chapters of Gita had completed, and he still did not realize. So he did not have the faith of who is saying me that. So in the same way, if you do not have faith, there will be doubt. You will keep on asking. Even if you get the answer, you won't be able to accept that answer. He again and again says that mind is very, my mind is confused, my mind is troubled, my mind is shaking. So all of the problem is in the thing that you do not have faith. So you have to have faith in your family, you have to faith in Baba, you have to have faith in yourself, you have to have faith in drama. So also for churning, you have to have faith. Who is saying these things? I am listening to God. This is Bhagwan Uach. What does that mean? God is the truth, and He is saying me that. So when I remember that in my intellect, so whatever Baba says now, it will be benevolent. It would benefit me. So you have to have this faith first, and then when you accept the knowledge and then you go into depth of it. So Baba says that I am a point of light. So how do I understand that Baba is just a point of light? How can you say that just that God is just a point of light? He's so bright. He's this and that. People have so much understanding of God. So if when I say that Baba is only just a point of light, then there is doubt. So it's very subtle, but it is very powerful. I remember that when I was in Mauritius, in there, they used to say that Mauritius is, so they used to say that in Mauritius is like just a point in the ocean. So when I started to give them knowledge and share the message, I used to say that, see, like the Mauritius is just a point in ocean. So can you do the opposite of it? There is a big ocean and Mauritius is just a point. So can you do the opposite of it? So it's like, so in the same way, God is a point in, so the God is like ocean, but in the form of a point. So it's not about a physical thing, you know. God is very powerful. Mind is very powerful. So there is a theory of Einstein, E is equals to mc square. Mass and energy can be converted. So there is so much energy. If mass is, even if the mass is very less, but how much energy that would have. So mass into the square of velocity of light. So velocity of light is very high, isn't it? So at least the velocity of light is physical. So even a small mass would have so much energy. So understand how powerful mind would be. So mind would have such a great speed. So if you have a plane, a rocket that would reach moon or the sun, it would have to go on a certain velocity, right? It would have mass. So the energy of that mass into the velocity of light would be so much, right? So imagine the mind is so subtle, and how much time does it take for a mind to reach the sun or moon? Not even a second, isn't it? So you do not have to be big in size. It's such a subtle thing, but if you multiply it with velocity of light twice, you will get the energy. So energy is so much. So it's not about always, you don't have to always see it in a physical way, but because it is very subtle, you can experience it. So even Baba says that whatever is my part in the drama, I do it. It's not like he's, oh okay, he's almighty, he would do anything what he wants. So Baba also says that no, that's not how it works. So also today Baba says that if it is not in my part, I would not speak it. If it's not in my part to speak it today, I would not speak it. A lot of people say that, Baba, why didn't tell you before that we are point of light? In the beginning, Baba used to say that, you know, Baba used to say that um, the the soul is like, it's like it's like an egg. You know, in the beginning, Baba used to say this, and after a while, Baba started to say that you are a point of light. So children used to ask that, why didn't you tell us before? So Baba used to say that, see, you wouldn't be able to relate, and also it wasn't in my part to tell you that at that time. So whenever, some people say that whenever I remember Shiv, I only see that stone, I only see the ling. So now Baba used to, in the beginning, relate your mind like that, so that you understand and you are able to relate. But now, after a while, Baba started to say that Baba is like a point of light, a supreme light, a divine light. So see, there is a lot of depth into this as well. You can go in deep of this point. Even the point of drama also is, even the point, the point of drama is very, very interesting. A lot of people get confused into this as well. So if you do not understand how you have to churn, you can get confused in a lot of things. Baba says that drama is fixed. So a lot of people say that, okay, whatever would be my part, I will play. They just become careless. So Baba has to explain. So you have to ask the right question to get the benefit. So if you do not, so you do not have to see drama from one side. If you want to see, if you see the drama from just one side, you will be very sad to understand drama. So I give this example that I give this example that if you take a knife, if you want to cut something, you take a knife, right? So if you want to cut something, the blunt side has to be the blunt side had to be on the downside, right? And the less blunt side has to be on the upper side. So if you do it up in opposite way, you might hurt your hand. So you have to understand drama in such a way that whatever has happened, that is drama. You do not have to get surprised how this happened, um, why this happened. You do not have to take the sorrow because of it. Okay, whatever has happened, this is not right. You do not have to take stress or do not have to take tension. You do not have to fear. You do not have to fear the future, because Baba says that everything is going to play in an accurate manner. Drama is accurate. There is nothing wrong here. Everything is right here and accurate. Everything, each and everything, each and every point of, in a time is right. You might think, okay, this is not right at that, on that time period, you might think that this is not right, but you might not understand at that time period, but that is also good for you. So that is why Baba says that you have to understand drama in a nice way. It's like a shield. You do not have to use the shield all the time. You have to use the sword all the time. So in the back days, the warrior used to have the sword, a sword, right? So you do not use the shield and the sword together all the time. Sometimes you have to use the shield, and majority of the time you have to use the sword. So use the shield of drama in that way. So whenever Maya is attacking, you can protect yourself with the shield of drama. If you cannot use the sword of the knowledge at that time, just use the shield. So whatever has happened has happened. Don't go in too much into it. This is also for your benefit, and this is not new. There is nothing new. Every cycle, this is what repeats. Even if it is already made, it is also, passing by. So in the scriptures, there it comes that whatever is going to happen will happen, but do not take tension. So when we talk about drama, whatever has happened before will happen, but this cycle, it is going to be new, right? And also we don't know about it, so you have to hope. So if somebody says that, Okay, if I don't want to do anything then, so Baba says that, okay, sit down. What are you going to do while sitting down? You will at least have to do some karma, right? You will be doing something. So why not do something nice? So the soul has the sanskars of karma. So either way, you will do something, right? So why not do something good? So why not accumulate good karmas? So at least now you have good intellect, good mind. Why don't you use that on the base of virtues? So this is how you do the churning. I can give you a lot of examples. I go to foreign land. So like there is a power to withdraw. So in that picture, you see in the picture where there are 8 powers described in the book. So in the picture of the power to destroy, there is a baggage, right? So when I go, excuse me. So whenever I go to foreign land, so we have this handbag, right? Always either it would be a laptop or there is some kind of purse or some money or some passport or medicine or whatever. You have the purse in your hand always, right? Then there is always also a carry luggage that you take in the flight with you. So that is the hand luggage. Now what do you do with the hand luggage? You keep it in the locker up above. but but the bigger size of suitcase that you have, you check in, right? And we won't get it in the middle of our journey. When we reach the destination, we will get that big suitcase. So there are 3 things that I take whenever I go traveling. There is one handbag, then there is just hand luggage, and then there is check-in luggage. In the same way, Baba has also told us 3 things: mind, intellect, and sanskar. So mind is like a handbag, always with us. So there is always some thought in my mind all the time. So what do you have to keep in that mind handbag? Whatever values you have, whatever valuable things that you have, beautiful thoughts of knowledge, the jewels of knowledge, you keep it in your handbag. That handbag is your mind. So whenever you want to take it out, you take it out. They are very valuable. You always keep it with you. So so the knowledge should always be in your handbag. So Baba says that knowledge should always come out of your mouth. The jewels should always come out of your mouth. There shouldn't be no stones coming out of your mouth. But that will only happen if that jewel is in your mind first, right? So if it is not in your mind, you won't be able to speak, you won't be able to bring it in your karma. So the first thing you have to do is your mind has to be filled with good quality of knowledge. It is very important. Then what should be in your intellect? Now in your intellect there has to be values. So every moment you have to discriminate, every moment you have to take. So whenever we talk about intellect, we compare it with the scale, right? The plates are going to tell you about the weight, so they are going to tell you about the values. So the intellect will tell you about the values, but that will only happen when your mind is the scale, that is the mind is always balanced and it is always connected with one Baba. So when your mind is balanced, stable, and you value your values and virtues, then you have the power to discriminate and to take take a good decision. So you have to discriminate at every step, and you have to take a decision. So that is like a hand luggage. It's not always in front of you, but it is with you. It's like kept up above in your locker, right? So it's like that. That is why you so whenever I want something, I can take it out from that luggage, right? So the check-in luggage is our sanskar. So how does the sanskars are made? They are made on the basis of our karma. We do not have to talk about I did this, I did that. Whatever you did, okay, you did it. So if you did right thing, they are going to be in your sanskars. So whatever fortune you have got, you will get it in afterwards in future. If you want fame, if you want appreciation from them, if you want this and that, I did this, I did that, so the fortune ends there. You won't get it in the future. So the suitcase is lost. So sometimes that happens, right? When you reach the destination, there is no suitcase. Who took the suitcase? You don't know. You lost the suitcase. So in reality, so whatever sanskar you feel through your good habits, through your good karmas, so they are in your check-in luggage. So if you take it right now, if you take the result and the fruit of it right now, you won't get anything at the end in the future. So Baba also says that obviously when you do something, if you do the service, it becomes in a good deed. Do not think much about it. So if something you do from your right hand, your left hand shouldn't know. It should be very in a incognito way. So whatever you do, God knows, okay? So it does not matter if people know or do not know. God knows. It is in your account. It doesn't matter if the humans have seen it or not. So if they do not know, it is also good. It is, actually it is a better thing that nobody saw. So do not go after fame. So that is why Baba says that just do good and keep on doing good. Do not remember drama at the time that I want this fame, I want this and that. Just keep doing good. That's all. So use your mind, intellect, and sanskar in a very nice way, because these are the three things that are going to go with the soul. Nothing else will go. Put full stop. Forget the old things. Let go, because the time is very valuable. My time is very valuable. Each and every second is very, very valuable in this conference age. So if I think like that in my intellect, in my mind, then nothing except knowledge will come. So if the knowledge is in the mind and the intellect is in a clear connection with Baba, then all our things will be in a right way. Baba would give us touching. So if we think too much, our intellect is obviously confused. So we won't get the touching of Baba as well. So we get the touching from Baba when the line is very clear. Your mind is calm and quiet. The moment your mind is So when your mind is quiet, your baggage is you have let go of your baggage. So your mind will be touched by Baba, and you will have a good journey. Like how so it is said about the Archimedes that he could not understand how things happened. So how is the thing floating on the water? So he didn't know what is happening. So he jumped in the tub himself. So then he understood, okay, I'm getting light as well. So when he understood, he shouted, Eureka, Eureka. So that is how, if you keep your intellect and mind clean and connected with Baba, obviously your karmas will become better as well. So do not go in the jungle, do not think too much. So the knowledge is very beautiful, very elevated. So the more you churn it, the more you become very beautiful. You know, the intellect becomes beautiful, your mind becomes beautiful. You do not have to chant anything, you just remember, and you go deep into it. In the experience, you start to feel joy and happiness. So a lot of time we give this example that Vishnu is lying down on the snake, and Lakshmi is sitting near his leg, and there's ocean, there is waves, but he is very happy. So the Sri Lakshmi thinks that maybe probably I am massaging his leg, that is why Vishnu is very happy. So the ocean is very, even with the ocean, the waves are very high, and he's smiling. So the Vishnu says that, you know, I'm actually churning the Gita. I'm churning the knowledge, and that is why I'm happy. So it does not matter I'm lying on a snake, or the waves are so high. So this is what is written in the scriptures. So Baba says that Sri Lakshmi is massaging the leg of Vishnu. That does not mean that Sri Lakshmi is the servant. That means that nature will serve you, the elements will serve you. So today, all of the world is unstable, you know, or everything is shaking. But right now, we children, if our mind is stable, if our intellect is clean, we will be fearless, and we won't. It does not matter what will what will happen in future. Right now, because of Corona, a lot of people are, you know, they are very uncertain. They are thinking too much. There is so much waste thoughts, then there is so much depression, and because of that they are so angry. It's like they can't think of anything. So but Baba says that, but your intellect have to be clean. When you churn, your intellect get cleaned. So you are utilizing your time, your breath, your thoughts. So every moment of time you have to say thank you to Baba. Thank you so much, Baba, from your bottom of your heart. Wah, Baba, wah, thank you so much. You might remember that, you might remember that just a year or two ago, Avyat Bab Dada says that Wah Baba Wah. He used to say Wah Baba Wah. So in one Murli, Baba said Wah Wah 25 times. So I used to think that why is Baba saying Wah Wah all the time? And now I understand that Baba was preparing us, because Baba know that coming future is going to be very unstable. But at that time also you could say Wah Wah. That is why Baba was training us at that time. So I have to ask this right now from myself. Whatever situation comes, do I say Wah Wah? See, if you say Wah and Wah Wah Wah, so your own stage will be very stable. It won't shake. You will go deep into the experience. The more you churn, the more you know accumulate the jewel of knowledge. Each jewel of knowledge is very precious. More you accumulate right now, they will become the real jewels in the future. So you will go with empty hand here. So the ordinary human beings would go empty-handed, but Baba's children will go with full hands. So keep thinking like that, and always be happy, and keep on singing the praise of your fortune, and keep on singing the praise of Baba. So whatever destiny, Baba says that you have such a multi-million fortune. So so you do not know how, you cannot even estimate how much fortune you have. So you just have to remember Baba, and this is how much Baba is giving us. He's giving us in wholesale. You just have to accept it, and you have to utilize it. This is what Baba wants from us. Thank you so much. I know that you put so much effort. I know that you research a lot. I'm quite sure that you are accumulating a lot of good wishes and good blessings from people. So congratulations, congratulations, and congratulations. I'm happy that you are doing such a nice bhatti, and I wish that you become Bap Saman as soon as you can. You just have to become Bap Saman and fly away. Baba is the guide. We also have to be guide and show the true paths to everyone. Okay, that is all you have to do. This is all that has to be in your intellect. For that, you have to be complete and content. So the more you go in depth, the more your life will become great, the more you will accumulate a fortune, the more you accumulate the fortune, and obviously you are going to take it with you. So how fortunate we all are. So with these words, I will take leave. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
बाबा तुम कितने अच्छे हो, बाबा तुम कितने प्यारे हो, सच कहते हैं हम एक तुम ही अपनी आँखियों के तारे हो, बाबा तुम कितने अच्छे हो, बाबा तुम कितने प्यारे हो, सच कहते हैं हम एक तुम ही अपनी आँखियों के तारे हो, बाबा तुम कितने अच्छे हो। दिल तक पे हमें बिठाया, मस्तक मणि बनाया, गुण ज्ञान खजाने दे करके हमें सबसे धनी बनाया, रत्नों की थालियां भर भर के आंचल भर दिए हमारे हो, बाबा तुम कितने अच्छे